well, no. Quite frankly, they were mine. I have the right to take them. Right? Nobody can tell me what to do. They're mine. They're mine. I thought about it and declassified.
Sometimes I think that Cohen could have just been a stand-up comedian. Hi, I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. I co-host that podcast with Michael Cohen called Political Beatdown. I want to show you the full clip where Michael Cohen absolutely rips Donald Trump for just being a complete and utter coward for not wanting to debate in the Republican primary. Then he's got a few other words in there as well, but I'll show you this from Michael Cohen.
This is really a issue, and I think it should be mandatory. He wants to stand up there and take the fifth like he did the 400 times before, no problem. But you do not get to be a candidate for the Republican nomination and not have to appear on the stage for Republican debates. I just think it's absolutely wrong. We are allowing our system to be abused and corrupted by a man who is the abuser and corrupter in chief.
You know, and when we say, though, to me, it is the large media networks. Of course, Fox and all the right-wing media networks have completely abandoned democracy and they're pure propaganda, disinformation. But then you got the large media networks, which both sides the issues. I mean, you literally have like a MAGA Republican fascist rally in Iowa where they're saying like the most outrageous, disgusting lies in the world. You know, when you get a headline from Politico or one of these outlets that just basically like, Republicans tried to woo evangelicals with attacks on Democrats. And it's like, okay, I just watched what took place over the past 2 hours. I did a few videos on it that we posted on our YouTube channel. I'm like, this makes The Handmaid's Tale look relatively normal. And the headline that you come up with is wooing evangelicals. Like, the large media networks are just not made for this moment. And frankly, that's why you got Political Beatdown and you got the MeidasTouch Network. This is what Donald Trump posted, though, this morning about the debates. He goes, I see that everybody is talking about the Republican debates, but nobody got my approval or the approval of the Trump campaign before announcing them. When you're leading by seemingly insurmountable numbers and you have hostile networks with angry Trump and MAGA hating anchors asking me, quote, questions, why subject yourself to being libeled and abused? Also, the second debate is being held at the Reagan Library, the chairman of which is amazingly Fred Ryan, publisher of the Washington Post. No! Exclamation point. I mean, just like who talks like this? Like a post like that in and of itself should be disqualified.
Talks like this. That's the problem. He's already declared himself as the Republican nominee. Why? Because that's just what he wants to do. And he doesn't like anybody that's going to ask him a question that's not a softball to him, which he still himself can't get right. I mean, he did it with Hannity. Hannity's saying, but you would never do that, Donald. I mean, Mr. President, you would never do that. I mean, if you knew that you had certain documents in your possession, you would certainly have sent them back, wouldn't you, Mr. President? I mean, scratch your head, dumbass, and say, yeah, okay. But instead, this dumb fuck goes on to say, well, no. Quite frankly, they were mine. I have the right to take them. Right? Nobody can tell me what to do. They're mine. They're mine. I thought about it and declassified. I mean, this is the problem with Trump. And then somebody on that line of other Republicans say, no, you stupid, right? You stupid fool. It doesn't work that way. You don't declassify shit with your mind, and you don't have the right to keep them because under the Presidential Records Act, it's not yours. They belong to the American people. And you had over a year to return them, and you refused, and then you lied, and then you had lawyers lie on your behalf, and now they're in trouble. And so they had to then go to the judge, and the judge had to then sign a search warrant in order to go to Mar-a-Lago, where they knew exactly where it was, which means one of the people on your inside is actually a turncoat on you and an informant. And we went there and we took the shit, and then we find out you have even more shit. All right. These are the things that Donald cannot answer. And so he will make up every excuse in the book why he should not have to be there, because somebody's going to ask him a question that he knows he can't answer. It's why he does so poorly with depositions and with these trials. It's going to be, talk about insurmountable, right? Just wait till you start seeing what's going on here. Whether it's this case with E. Jean Carroll in July, I have my trial against Trump for legal fees. That's going to be an interesting one. You have the DA's case. You have the AG's case. We all know very soon you have the Georgia case that's coming around. But let's just jump back into fucker Carlson for a second, because we have now seen Donald Trump 2.0. And by the way, I wouldn't be shocked if Donald then now announces that Tucker Carlson may be considered as his vice presidential running mate. I wouldn't be shocked about something like that. I could see, Trump doing something on that line. But let's take a look at fucker Carlson and some of the things that he did in terms of promoting these lies again and again. And now, of course, there's also the other lawsuit with Abby Grossman, who worked for him in his work environment, in an unsafe work environment, and so on. All of this stuff is par and parcel for the way that Trump has allowed this right-wing ecosystem to behave. And we have all, I hate to say it, normalized it. And I say that we are all guilty of allowing this to become the norm, because even though we all know that they were lying and full of shit and so on, Tucker Carlson still got incredible ratings for Fox. So this is obviously, a real crazy situation. And what's even more astounding is the fact that after all the emails that came out through the through discovery in the Dominion case, there are still so many people who believe that Tucker is telling the truth, and if he didn't, it's okay, that he was speaking for them, despite the fact that what he was speaking were all lies, misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation. I mean, this is really terrible stuff.
There you have it, folks. Make sure you subscribe to Political Beatdown wherever you get audio podcasts. It's super simple. Just search Political Beatdown. I think you will love all of the episodes that I do with Michael Cohen. Subscribe right now. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, and have a great day.
Hey, Meidas Mighty. Love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram at MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.